Hey there, everyone. Steve Gonzer, physical therapist with Run Smart Online. Today was a long day treating patients, but I had this conversation today, so I figured I'd come live and share it with you guys because depending on when you watch this, there's a good chance you're getting ready to train for a race. So this is the time of year, like we're about to be 2 weeks into January, depending on when you watch this, and everyone's kind of building their mileage up, and they're starting to train. They're more serious. The new year started. It's now 2020. And what I see at the end of January is everyone kind of gets injured in this first couple of weeks of January into early February. And some people are coming to me that have been injured like since September, and they're finally realizing that they took 2 months off and they're not healed, while a bunch of others are ramping up and getting hurt. And I had this patient today. Before I forget, if you want to learn more about what I'm talking about, go to tryrunsmart.com. There's actually some strength workouts that I'm going to loop in towards the end that you can try. But she was injured for a month or two, and I think this will be applicable to all of you, because she said, when I was going through the history and talking to her, she said, "But what are you doing? What are you doing to help this injury?" And this is usually when people either say nothing, like, I ask, "Are you doing anything to help your injury, or are you just doing this and hoping it goes away?" And she's like, "Well, I've been trying. I've been stretching it a lot, and it's just not working. It's not. I can't seem to get over this. I've been stretching for about 4 to 6 weeks. It's not getting any better. I take time off, then I go back to running. It's just waiting for me." And if this sounds like you, let me explain why this doesn't work. Sometimes it will, but often it won't. So this is what I explained to her. I think it's helpful for you guys. So go ahead and listen to this part. I think it should help you. So. Imagine you have an injury that is due to weakness, and let's say your glutes are weak. And when your glutes are weak, it's going to cause other parts of your body to overwork to compensate for that weakness. So what she was dealing with was a quote-unquote piriformis issue. I think most people call it the performance muscle, which can be taken many different ways. But she called it the piriformis muscle, and the root cause of it was that her glutes weren't doing enough work. People call it they're not turned on, they're not activated, whatever it is. They're just not doing enough work. She had a lot of time showing me how strong her glutes were. They're actually quite weak. So she had this deep pain. She self-diagnosed through Google that it was piriformis. For once, she was right. A lot of people don't get it right. And she's doing all these piriformis stretches. She's doing, like the lay on your back, pull across. She's doing the pigeon pose from yoga. And it would help release that piriformis muscle, so she felt better. But every time she went back to running, it just kept getting banged up again. She kept on getting sore and sore. So she would stretch more and then go back to running, and it still wasn't gone. So think about this for a minute. You have this piriformis muscle that's all banged up, and this could be anything. It could be your knee, it could be your ankle, it could be your piriformis or performance muscle, whatever you want it to be. The stretching makes some injuries feel better because the muscle themselves or whatever is banged up is tight and sore. So you stretch it, it feels better. But think about this for a second. Her glutes were weak, causing her piriformis to do more work, getting injured. Injured muscles and tendons tend to get short and tight. So as that gets short and tight, it feels better to stretch it. And she got stuck in this cycle of stretching and waiting, going back to running, and then realizing she's still hurt. She would stretch some more because her piriformis muscle will tighten up. She never addressed the strength of it. So you can go down the river a little bit. You have this injury, okay, it's the piriformis muscle. It could be anything. So I'm going to stretch this piriformis muscle, but what's causing this issue? It could be your piriformis, it could be your Achilles tendon, your knee, your meniscus, whatever. What's causing this to get aggravated? So you go one step further, and it was her glute strength. Her glute strength was causing her piriformis muscle to overwork, causing it to go into spasm, causing it to go protective and tight, and then it was stopping her from running. So a lot of times, stretching isn't always the answer. It can be, but most overuse injuries are due to a lack of strength, especially in female runners. Think about range of motion and how far, like you can have too much range of motion, and that if you have too much range of motion, stretching is not the answer. You need to control that range of motion, and that's where strength comes in. So if you're someone who's stuck in injury and you're just stretching, or you know someone who's just stuck in injury and they're just continually stretching, and every time they get back to running they're hurt, share this message with them. If you think that you need stronger glutes and better balance to get over something, or maybe just to add it into your training, go to tryrunsmart.com. It's the same stuff I'm putting her on, just to strengthen your glutes and get centered. You need to be thinking about more than just stretching. I can tell you guys, again, with confidence, if you're just joining me, that most running injuries will not get better with just stretching. They will in the short term. They'll start feeling better with the stretches, but they eventually cave and revert back because they're spasming due to weakness. So work on your strength. I need to go to bed. I'm probably not gonna, but started at 5:30 this morning. Really cool. We have an Alter G at the clinic, which has been exciting. But if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you know someone who could benefit from this, go ahead and share it. And if you want some help with your strength in your running plan, go to tryrunsmart.com, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.